Hey, what's up guys? Nils here and welcome back to another video. So today's video is a topic that has been heavily requested. I've gotten a lot of messages from people asking me to make a tier list about rating, what has value and what does not have value. So I threw up this tier list and it kind of covers it from both perspectives of a high-end player and like an average, more sort of a new player. So there is here something for everyone, and I believe this tier list is quite accurate for the most part, but as I wrote down at the bottom of this list, please watch the video so you can understand why everything is ranked where it is. And without further ado, let's start with it. Obviously, S plus at the beginning. These are the most sought after items in value right now in anime fighters. Obviously, first of all, you have time trial shards, right? Time trial shards, they are simply that much valuable because you can probably turn them into 90% of this list. You can do whatever you want with them. You can get drops boosts, you can get super drops, you can get super lags, you can get super XP boosts, you can get max open tokens, you can get like even damage or yen boosts if you would want them for whatever the reason. So they are the most versatile thing, and you can pretty much do anything you want with them in terms of trading as well, because you can pretty much buy half of the stuff that people are going to be looking for with them. So they are really versatile and they're amazing to have. Next up, we have Icy Shards. Obviously, Icy Shards may be a little bit outdated in terms of world maps, but they have the highest value of shards right now due to the fact that they are used on the strongest unit in the game, which is Indivore, the last divine that we got, which I believe is going to be the second strongest on the next update, because I think next update will bring us a new divine, and it probably will. Next up, we have Divine Fruits. Now, Divine Fruits, obviously, everybody is looking for them, and yeah, for obvious reasons, everybody has Divine units. They want to turn them into shinies. They want to fix their talents, so Divine Fruits are heavily sought after. Now, they are not that hard to farm nowadays, especially with the collector technology on the meteors, but they're still really sought after because you need large amounts of them. Like, I would say you need like 60 Divine Fruits for every unit if you want to be, I don't want to say safe, because you are never safe even with 90% chances, but on average, you need like 60 Divine Fruits on a unit that you're working on, so you realize that they are really sought after. Now, here's one thing that I want to say. Secret Fruits could probably go in S plus tier as well. The only reason I didn't put them is because they don't have that much direct value for high-end players, but Secret Fruits can be used to trade. So if you're somebody that has time and you have like the time and the energy to start trading, Secret Fruits are also on S plus tier, simply due to the fact that you can just trade them for Divine Fruits or trade them for literally anything else. You just have to spend more time trading with people and talking with people, which I am not really keen on doing, because communicating with many people at the same time is frustrating at times. That's why I put them in the S list and I didn't put them in the S plus category. But yeah, they are basically the same thing. You just have to put like a little bit more work into them, if that makes sense. And lastly, to close the S plus tier list, we have Fire Shards, and once again, same as the Icy Shards. The reasoning behind is that they are used for Redbat, which is the second strongest unit in the game, and obviously by far stronger than anything else that comes next. They don't like compare with any shiny secrets or anything. They are just like on the league of their own. So they become to the S plus tier as well. Next up, S tier, we have a whole bunch of stuff, as you can see. Obviously, starting on with super drops. Super drops, insane due to the fact that they now affect time trial, so they are really sought after. And at the same time, they affect meteors, but I think using one of these on every meteor shower is a very bold move. I would not suggest that, but I would suggest using normal boosts for meteor showers. I think they are definitely something cool to do. So perhaps keep that in mind. Next up, we have Super Lag and Super XP Boost. These items are valuable, and they are mostly valuable for high-end players. Like, high-end players will really look for them, especially on a new update release. They will look for them and will try to stack them. So Just keep in mind, guys, that you can get good value out of super luck and super XP boosts. So if you have some spare of them that you don't really want to use, you can trade them for some really good stuff. Next up, we have secret fruits, which I talked about earlier. Secret fruits are essentially the same thing like divine fruits. Like you can do whatever you can do with divine fruits, you can do with secret fruits with just a higher amount of them. That right now in the market, one divine fruit equals to 8 or 7 if you're getting better deals, secret fruits. So if you have big amounts of secret fruits, you can basically do the same as divine fruits. It's just like a little bit more annoying that you have to trade more by having them because they have less value. So you need more quantity and you need to trade more, but they have pretty much equal strength. They're really sought after. And one thing about secret fruits is that you have a lot of players that are new to the game and like they don't have divine units, but they have divine fruits. So they trade divine fruits for secret fruits. So I would say that secret fruits are basically just divine fruits, just in it's like a pie that you have. Like a divine fruit is the entire pie, and like you have like a secret fruit is like a many pieces of a pie, but it's pretty much the same thing. And lastly, to cap off this list, we have defense tokens and max open tokens. Obviously pretty self-explanatory. You need them to max open. They are very useful and they have pretty decent market value. Also, another thing is that a lot of people cannot actually do the new defense, so you can actually trade the max opens to them for other stuff. So their value is still pretty damn good. So you should always keep that in mind. Moving on to the A tier, I put a whole bunch of shards, and basically these are the shards that are used on shiny secrets that are kinda still relevant. Like as I said earlier, a lot of people, when I was talking about secret fruits, a lot of people do not have divine units, so they are working with like a secret units. So they have like a secret unit that's relatively strong from the last couple of maps, and they want to use them. So these shards are sought after. And as you can see, I put up to Kingdom of 4 shards. I didn't put more of them because I think this is kind of where the outdated line is drawn. Maybe you could put Ragnarok shards, although I put them on B because I think the unit is a little bit outdated at this point. But yeah, these shards, you can obviously trade them for a lot of stuff because a lot of people are going to need them. And if you see, like, they are one of the most commonly sought after shards or traded items on any trading chat that you can find. Next up, we have Shiny Boost. Now, Shiny Boost is in a little bit of a weird spot. For me personally, I don't really go after them and I don't really sell mine either. I just skip them. I think Shiny Boost is one of the things in the game that is outdated and Direb needs to fix them. I feel like 2 minutes is really low, and if the shiny boosts become a 5-minute buff in the future or they get switched in any other way, their value might even go up to S+. So just keep it in mind, if you have a lot of resources and somebody is selling shiny pots, you can go ahead and cop them because I see them in the future having extremely good value. And yeah, it's not so much about like pulling shiny units. Like at this point, I feel like a lot of you have realized that you don't want to pull shiny units anymore. You want to pull normal so you can spin passives and level them at half the price, and then you want to turn them into shiny. So, but the amount of XP that you get from a shiny boost is absolutely insane. So if Tyra buffs the timer on them, makes them like a 5-minute buff or something, it's gonna be absolutely insane. Next up, we have mythical fruits. Mythical fruits also are sought after from free-to-play players or like beginner players. They are really sought after as well. So they're basically like what secret fruits are to divine fruits. It's kind of the same. Like for me personally or any high top player, mythical fruits don't really have a lot of value, but beginner players will most certainly find value in them. And next up, we have shards that are honestly from a while ago. So here we have the shards for Mewtwo, and the reason that the shards are still relevant is obviously because a divine or a shiny divine Mewtwo is still a very decent unit for most people out there. It is used by a lot of people, and especially if you're like a free-to-play player or a beginner and you do end up pulling Mewtwo, you are going to be using that unit for a long time until you end up switching it with something else. So these shards have huge value. So Black Clover map is something that you probably should be doing raid, and you should be looking to trade them because you are gonna get yourself good trades out of them. And lastly, for this A list, I put a super damage and super yen boost. Now, with the changes in defense mode, super yen boost value has significantly diminished. But that being said, with this current update, boosts are now usable in time trial, which means that, guys, you can use this damage boost and the super yen boost in time trials. And if you pair that with like a times 2 damage event or something similar, you can go ahead and do great stuff in the time trial. You can farm insane amounts of yen. So this upcoming weekend, I would highly advise people to vote for damage and yen event and throw up this super boost on top, and you are guys gonna see some insane amount of yen gains. That's the reason why I put them here on the A tier. And lastly, on the very last B tier for this video, we have normal drop boosts, which I briefly spoke about earlier. I think it's worth using one of them on meteor showers because drops now affect meteor showers, or collectors rather. So you wanna buff them because they're really cheap anyway. And we have also normal XP and normal luck boosts. They're still like pretty okay to use when you're max opening, especially if you can't afford the super boosts, which I think you should only be pairing super boosts with events. I don't think you should just be using them at like all times. But these two boosts are great to use. They will definitely help you a lot on both leveling units and just probably pulling better stuff as well, because plus 2 luck is a quite considerable amount of multiplier on the units. And lastly, I just put the record of Ragnarok shards, and the only reason I included them in this list, guys, is because I just see a lot of people looking for them, which pretty much tells me that as I spoke about earlier, the other shards about the shiny secrets, that people still use Zeus and shiny Zeuses. That's the only reason why these shards are here, and apparently people still use them, so we just throw them up to round up this tier list. Now, guys, if you have any different opinions on this list, feel free to let me know in the comments what you would change or what you don't think is good here, or what you think should be here that I might have forgotten, although I am pretty sure I covered everything that I should cover. But anyway, guys, as always, if you enjoyed, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button, and I will see you guys all on the next one. Take care.